Alright, what's up YouTube? It's Undefeated Figs. First video going up on the YouTube channel. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Definitely on a road to 100 subscribers. We're 7 days away from WrestleMania, so I decided to do my WrestleMania 39 early predictions. Maybe predictions, I'm not sure. They might add more cards, more matches to the card. Not sure. I might have another prediction video for WrestleMania. I'm not sure. So let me know your predictions as well. We'll see who wins at WrestleMania. But first thing, we're going to hop right into the video. First, they already announced Miz is the host of WrestleMania this year. So Miz is going to be the host of WrestleMania this year. Hopefully he does good. Hopefully he does something that's needed. Hopefully it's not like it was last year. So I'm glad to see that he's a host of WrestleMania. I don't really like The Miz, but I am glad to see that he's host of WrestleMania in Hollywood. There's nothing too really much to say about Miz, but he is a pretty decent wrestler, not gonna lie. And then the next thing that we have is the Fatal 4-Way Tag Match with Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez, Gonzalez, whatever she is right now, versus Ronda Rousey, Shayna Baszler, her partner, and then they're also facing another tag team, and then they just added Shotzi and Natalya on SmackDown. So that's the three going at it. Well, not the three going at it. This is going to be Liv and Raquel versus Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler versus Natalya and Shotzi and two others that they haven't announced yet. So my prediction for that match is gonna be Liv Morgan and Raquel. I like Liv Morgan. That's why I'm going for Liv Morgan. I'd be glad to see Shotzi and Natalya win. But I don't want Ronda and Shayna to win. They're just two powerhouses. Beating up these four like little wrestlers. Maybe Raquel Rodriguez isn't little, but to them they are. And then the two others, depending on who the two others are, I might go for them as well. But I do want to see Liv and Raquel pull this match off. So hopefully this match is somewhat decent and not horrible, like I'm expecting it to be. But then following that match, we have Bobby Lashley versus Bray Wyatt. Maybe The Fiend, I'm not sure. Unless they do an open challenge for this guy if Bray or Bobby doesn't show up. So, my prediction for this match is going to be Bobby Lashley. I want Bobby Lashley to win. Fiend is just a small guy for Bobby Lashley. He's running away. He's ducking and dodging. He's played a couple of things on the TV, WWE. It's just a lot on Bobby Lashley. Uncle Howdy's attacked Bobby Lashley from behind multiple occasions now. So I hope Bobby Lashley gets the dub. But if Bray or Fiend or whoever his opponent is, wins, it's going to be because of the Fiend or Uncle Howdy or Bray Wyatt. Something's going to happen during the match to where Bobby isn't going to win. So I'm pretty sure Bobby Lashley's going to lose, but I want Bobby to win for sure. So that's my prediction for that match, really. I hope Bobby Lashley does win, though. But then following that match, we have Viking Raiders versus the Street Profits versus Alpha Academy, which is Otis and Chad Gable. So that match is going to be pretty good. Hopefully I want the Street Profits to win. And then Ricochet and Braun is in there too. If Braun Strowman and Ricochet win too, that'd be cool. I'm either going for Ricochet and Braun or the Street Profits. Now the Street Profits are, don't get me wrong, they're good. But they're gonna go after the Usos, I believe. So that's why I don't want any of these guys to really win. That's why I don't want this match to be happening. Because they're gonna go after the Usos, obviously, for the tag titles, I believe. So, it is what it is. But yeah. So hopefully, the Street Profits win out of this team and everything. So I think this match is going to be a squash match for the Street Profits. Obviously, the Alpha Academy isn't going to win. So it's going to be out of the other three teams on who's going to win, really. I doubt Viking Raiders are going to win. They might because they haven't had a title run in a while. Street Profits might, and Braun Strowman and Ricochet might as well. But Alpha Academy, they're not going to stand a chance against these three teams. So it doesn't really matter for those guys, really. So, basically going to be squash match for all of these guys. So I'm curious to see who's going to win that match. And then you have Edge versus Finn Balor in a Hell in a Cell match. My prediction for that match has got to be Edge. I just don't like Finn right now with the Judgment Day. I think Finn needs to return Demon, turn on the Judgment Day, and go solo for a while because him with the Judgment Day is too much. Like, it's not working for him. As we've seen, like, it's working for him in some ways, but it's right now it's Dominic and Rhea Ripley, and they're playing with Rey Mysterio at the moment, so it's not really worth having the Judgment Day right now. Which there's only Judgment Day because of Edge. Edge formed the Judgment Day, so it's kind of Edge's fault on why there is a Judgment Day. But I want to see Edge win this match. He was cheated out of the last one when he faced Finn Balor, so I think Finn Balor is going to win this match again due to Judgment Day interfering. But at the same time, I think if the Judgment Day interferes, Edge or Rey Mysterio or Beth Phoenix is going to come out and help him. So, I don't know, or there's going to be something. Someone's going to return that Monday after WrestleMania. They're going to cut a promo. Some weird stuff is going to happen, and I don't know. This is mainly one of the matches I want to see, really. So, hopefully it's not a bad match. I'm sure it's going to be because it's WWE right now, and they're not doing as good with all these matches as they need to be. So, but following that match, we have Rey Mysterio versus Dominic Mysterio. Dominic Mysterio needs to lose to Rey Mysterio. What happened last night on SmackDown, Rey Mysterio finally hit Dominic Mysterio. Dominic Mysterio did deserve what he did, though, so I'm glad Rey Mysterio finally stepped down and hit him. But at the same time, I think Dominic Mysterio, like I said, is gonna win due to the Judgment Day. They're gonna cheat somehow and they're gonna win, just like the Finn Balor and Edge match. But I do want to see Rey pull off this W, and hopefully they go their separate ways and not like have this beef with the family or whatever. So I don't know, I'm not sure, but hopefully something good happens between those guys. And then you have Gunther versus Sheamus versus Drew McIntyre. Now, for that match, I want Drew McIntyre to win because I don't like Gunther. I don't like Imperium at all, really. And nor do I like Sheamus. Don't get me wrong, Sheamus is cool, but like with the way Sheamus is doing, like lately right now, Drew and Sheamus were tag team partners, and then they split. So I think Drew McIntyre needs to win, But if not, that is pretty. It is whatever. I don't think Drew McIntyre is going to win regardless. So it doesn't really matter at this point. But I want to see Drew. I want to see him take that Intercontinental title. I want to see him go on a run with it, cross 300 days, and then lose to someone like a new starter that's not Theory, or Sheamus, or Butch or Rich Holland or any of those guys. So I hope it's not nothing like not nothing serious, like nothing too bad about it, and hopefully Drew McIntyre. It's gonna be a squash match for one of the three. All three of those guys are powerhouses. They all have WWE experience. Sheamus has the most WWE experience out of all of those guys. Drew McIntyre's the second, and Gunther, he's just a dude came from NXT, AEW, whatever, wherever he came from, squashing everybody over there. Now he's over here, big old powerhouse, and these three are gonna go at it for the Intercontinental title. So I hope Drew McIntyre wins, but I highly doubt he is. I just don't like Gunther at this point right now because he's too much on the WWE. And then after that match, following that match, we have Damage Control, which is Bailey, Io Sky, and Dakota Kai going up against two Hall of Famers, Trish Stratus, Lita, and Becky Lynch. Isn't the Hall of Famer, but they're going against Becky Lynch. I want Becky Lynch and Lita and Trish Stratus. I want those three to win. I want those three. I don't think it's for the titles. I'm not sure, but I want those three to go after them. So want Becky and I want Damage Control to lose basically. I don't like Damage Control. I like Bailey when she was Bailey, like the hugger Bailey. I just don't think Io Sky and Dakota Kai belong on the NXT or WWE roster. They need to go to NXT or AEW. I mean, Becky, she needs to become women's champion again. Raw, SmackDown, whatever brand she is on. And Lita and Becky, Lita and Trish Stratus, they're Hall of Famers. Like, they're not everyday wrestling like as you see all those other guys out there. Like, they're Hall of Famers. They're not meant to be in ring action as much as it has been lately with Damage Control. So I think it's going to be a squash match with Becky, Trish, and Alita or something. They're going to knock out the ref, and Damage Control is going to cheat and win. And I don't know, really. Hopefully, Becky Lynch wins with Trish and Lita. So we'll have to see how that plays out. And as it's looking, I think Becky's team is going to lose. Hopefully not. I'm rooting for Becky. Don't get me wrong, but I just don't think they're going to win. Then you have Omos versus Brock Lesnar. For the Omos and Brock Lesnar match, really, dude, I have, Brock Lesnar winning. I think it's going to be a squash match for one of the two, regardless. They're both big powerhouses. Omos weighs like 400 pounds. He's a 7-foot giant. And, Brock Lesnar is like 6'6", 6'5", maybe 6'4", and weighs probably half his Omos's weight. So I don't know. I see a lot of stuff online talking about how Brock Lesnar won't be able to lift Omos. It's too big. But at the end of all of it, he lifted the Big Show. He lifted Rikishi. He lifted Mark Henry. So it's gonna be 50-50 on who wins this match. I want Brock Lesnar to win. I don't like Omos right now, only because with MVP, he's not that guy who is. He's picking on those little people. Like half those people that he's fought in the ring, I've never seen him before. Never heard of him either. So I don't really know who's gonna win. That match was just stupid. Like they hasn't had beef at all. So I'm not sure why Omos caught out Brock Lesnar, but hopefully Brock Lesnar takes the W on this one, and hopefully the beef is over with these two giants, because this match just makes zero sense at all. And then the next match we have following that is gonna be Bianca Belair versus Asuka. I believe it's for the Raw Women's Championship. Now, let's be straight here. Bianca Belair versus Asuka. It's gonna be a good match. It's gonna be like a 20-minute match, I'm sure. Bianca Belair, she can take a lot. Asuka can take a lot. Bianca Belair's been champion for almost 300 days, if not over 300 days. And Asuka has held the champion on multiple occasions. Asuka is a really good wrestler. She's been in NXT. She's the Empress of Tomorrow. She's pretty decent. She has a lot of experience. Bianca Belair's from NXT, has a lot of experience as well. So it's going to be a 50-50 on who wins that match. I want Bianca Belair to win because I like Bianca Belair. Asuka is just annoying. I don't like her Empress of Tomorrow look. I don't like how she is with that look. And that poison mist or whatever she calls that, it's not. It's like a cheating move, really. I'm surprised she doesn't get disqualified for that, because really, that's not something you could do, because you're blinding the wrestler. It's not I don't get how that's a legal move, but So hopefully Bianca Belair retains her championship at WrestleMania, and goes on to fight a better opponent that's more Bianca Belair's style, like Becky Lynch, or even Bailey isn't her style, but Bailey would be good. So hopefully something happens in there. But if following that match is gonna be Logan Paul versus Seth Rollins. Um, you know, out of Logan Paul and Seth Rollins, I want Seth Rollins to win because I mean Logan Paul. He's a good wrestler. He did UFC. He did but he's not like a WWE guy. He knows a lot about WWE, but he's all about his one hand punch knockout, and it just gets annoying after time. Don't get me wrong, I do like Logan Paul, but I liked his match last year, WrestleMania 38 with The Miz. But Seth Rollins, he has a lot more experience than Logan Paul does. Logan Paul's more experienced to UFC, not WWE. So I think Logan Paul is gonna pull off the match. However, but I think Seth needs to win. I only say Logan Paul's gonna pull off the match because he's been getting booed a lot by the crowd. And that's what they're gonna base it off of, and that's gonna get into Seth Rollins' head. Is that they're gonna be cheering for Seth? It's gonna get into Seth's head that he has this good potential winning environment around him, and it's gonna get into his head too much. He's gonna get distracted, and Logan Paul is gonna hit him with the one punch thing that he does, and then Seth Rollins is gonna get pinned by Logan Paul, and that's gonna be the 3 count end of the match. So I'm hoping Logan Paul loses, because I'm going for Seth, or I'm not sure who I'm going for. I don't know if I'm going for Logan or Seth that match. I'm gonna have to see what happens over the next couple of shows because, like, to be honest, I don't really know who to go for out of those two. They're both good wrestlers, so I'm not sure. But next match, following that match, is going to be Rhea Ripley versus Charlotte Flair. You know, Rhea Ripley versus Charlotte Flair is going to be a good match. It's going to be a pretty decent match. Charlotte Flair is women's champion. Rhea Ripley hasn't been women's champion, but she did win the 2023 Women's Royal Rumble from number 1 to go on to WrestleMania to face Charlotte Flair for the SmackDown Women's Championship. Now, Charlotte Flair also has more experience than Rhea Ripley does. She's a 14-time women's champion. Rhea Ripley's only held the NXT title, I believe, once or a couple of times. So she doesn't have as much experience as Charlotte Flair does. So I think Charlotte Flair is going to retain at WrestleMania. And she's going to go on to face someone like Becky or Liv or Ronda, Shayna, Natalia, Shotzi. Any of those girls, or maybe Raquel even, and win. They're going to beat Charlotte Flair for the title. And Charlotte Flair is going to be done for WWE for a while. It probably till the Royal Rumble of 2024. And that's when she'll return. But so it's going to be a pretty decent match, I hope Charlotte Flair wins because I don't like Rhea Ripley, personally. But then following that match is going to be Theory versus John Cena. Now, this match is one of the matches I want to see. This is going to be the opening match for night 1. So, John Cena and Theory, they've been wrestling for a while. John Cena's he's an actor. He was a rapper before. He's been in ring way longer than Theory has. So, I mean, John Cena, he's been wrestling since he's won 2008 Royal Rumble and 2013 Royal Rumble. Theory hasn't won a Royal Rumble. He's won Money in the Bank last year, and that's because he was added to the match. He cried to Vince McMahon. So, I don't really like Theory. I hope John Cena wins, but if John Cena wins, he's only going to be champion for that night, a couple of hours, and he's that Raw. He's going to cut a promo, and during that promo, he's going to issue an open challenge, and he's going to get beat for it. He's going to lose the United States Championship, or he's going to relinquish the title to someone on the Raw roster, or Theory's just going to straight up beat John Cena, so it looks good on Theory's end. So hopefully nothing bad happens during that match. Hopefully it's just plain straight, Theory wins, or Theory loses, John Cena wins type thing. Hopefully it's not like disqualification 30-minute match. So that match is going to be kind of boring, to be honest with you. But following that match, you have the Usos versus Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. I'm going for the Usos because I'm a huge Bloodline fan, so I'm going for the Usos no matter what. I really don't want to see the Usos lose to Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn at WrestleMania. However, I don't think it's going to happen anyways. I think they're going to retain their titles at WrestleMania, and then they're going to lose at Backlash. It would only make sense too, really. So, I think the Usos are going to win clean, straight, double loose kick, whatever. Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, they weren't going to team this, so it's going to get in their head. The chant of Sami Zayn is going to get in his head, or the KO chant is going to get in his head. It's going to get into one of their heads. Probably Sami Zayn, really. So, I think that's how the match is going to end. So that match is going to be kind of boring, but really interesting to see. And then you have the main event of Night 2. Roman Reigns, Tribal Chief, 900 plus days champion, versus Cody Rhodes, American Dream, Nightmare, whatever you call him. I'm going for my Tribal Chief, Roman Reigns. Now, for this match, it's going to be very, very interesting. This is the only reason why I'm watching Night 2, because I want to see this match, really. It's going to be the main event for Night 2, so I'm hoping it's good. Now, don't get me wrong, it's going to be probably not that great. But, you have The Miz. He's host of WrestleMania. You have Triple H in charge of WWE now. Vince McMahon is somewhat in charge. So, this match is going to be very interesting to see. Roman Reigns been champion for 900 plus days with both titles. Well, with one of the titles, the other one's been 300 plus days since SummerSlam, I believe. Okay, and then Cody Rhodes, he's never held the black title, so he wants to get that title. But like I was saying, with all those other matches, the chant for Cody Rhodes is gonna get into his head, and that's what's gonna get him distracted, and he's gonna lose the match to Roman Reigns. But then at the same time, you have Roman Reigns. That booing isn't going to get into his head. Because there's going to be no booing, really. Unless he's up on top, winning, destroying Cody. So it's really not going to be too bad on Roman's end. But if Cody wins, then he's going to, I'm guessing on Raw, he's going to come out, relinquish the blue title to SmackDown to anyone, or it's going to be an open challenge on it. Something like that. So it's going to be interesting to see who wins, what happens with that title, and I guarantee you Cody Rhodes, if he wins, is going to come out, cut a promo on Raw. CM Punk is going to return. Someone's going to return. If it's not CM Punk, it's probably going to be CM Punk. If it's not, someone's going to return. They're going to be big. It's going to be a big wrestler, big, huge pop from the crowd. They're going to return, and it's going to be very interesting to see what happens with one of the titles, because I think they should get rid of the Universal title, the blue one, and bring back the all gold. But, that's just my opinion. Yeah. And then, even if Roman wins, I want him to win. I want him to cross the 1,000 days. If he loses after that, I'm cool. Even if he loses to Cody at WrestleMania, I'm cool with that too. I like Cody Rhodes. He's probably one of my top 10 favorite wrestlers. Roman is obviously number one. So, I'm rooting for Roman all the way. But, yeah. Those are my WrestleMania 39 predictions for Night 1, Night 2. I'm not sure what matches are going to be on Night 1. I'm not sure what matches are going to be on Night 2. So, yeah. But let me know your predictions down below. Or, yeah. And I'll read it and let you know what my thoughts are on your predictions. And yeah, but I think WrestleMania is pretty stacked. I believe there's like 15 matches. I believe probably 7 matches on Night 1 and 6 matches on Night 2, or maybe 6 on Night 1 and 7 on Night 2. I'm not sure. But those are my WrestleMania 39 predictions. Hopefully that is pretty decent, and hopefully my predictions are right. I think they might be right. I'm not sure. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah. But make sure to like, comment, subscribe, let me know your predictions, and I'll see y'all on the next one. Peace out, guys.